Hi guys, Friendshipper here. So, today we will talk about demons and what nerfs do they need? Separately, so Warlord, what nerf does she needs? The new demon, Plague, and Puppeteer and Necromancer. What? And by nerfs, I don't mean like nerfing them because I directly, except for Puppeteer. Um, because I don't think they need nerfs. I mean, oh, by the way, the video in the background that I will just let play with no sound. It's me playing solo, but if I didn't tell you that was me playing solo, I think you would think I was in a team because I found three guys and they might have been in a trio. And because I do play as a full stack sometimes, I know what to do, I don't need comps. On this game, I don't think you need a lot of comps, because when the demon is on someone, you can see it on their health bar, I don't know, their fear bar, I guess. But anyways, so yeah, enjoy the little clip on the background. I thought, why not? It's not something I would upload because the demon leaves at the end, but yeah. So, first, let's start with the new demon Plague. It's the most obvious thing. Stunlock. Stunlock with the basic units. Stunlock with the boss. Elites are completely fine. They might need a buff one way or another, maybe. Possibly. I think that would be nice. But yeah. So the basics from the Plague. If they do, I think, the light attack continuously and keep going to the player. If it's a hunter or if it's a support, he's hunter. That depends if there is a building or not. If it's a support, he is dead in a 1 versus 1 situation. He cannot dodge 50 times in a row. And the problem is that the Plague basic unit can stun lock a player every second or 2 seconds, so 1 second and a half. And that's nasty, that's not fun. You cannot even dodge at some point, I think. So that should be removed. Not the attacks, the damage you do, I think, is perfectly fine. As Plaguebringer, it's kind of light, honestly, it's not a big deal. But they should nerf the stun lock, so make it so it's a known thing in games, and I think they can do that easily. So instead of having each light attack stun lock a player every 1 second and a half, if you get hit once, you cannot get stun locked again for the next 2 or 3 seconds. So at least between 2 hits, you can start running. You can use your dodge. That would be the point. So it's not completely unfun, and and also completely unskilled on the demon side to just get 3 hits because of a stun lock mechanic that is not fun at all. As a warrior, I have no issues with it. I have some ways to deal with it. For some reason, when I activate my fever as Mia, I don't get stun locked as much. If I have an axe, I can do a heavy, and I don't get stun locked when I do a heavy. And there are a few things like that. I try to go to mix dodges and light attacks sometimes, and I can avoid big stun lock, but it's not the case for the hunters. If you start mailing as a hunter, it's tricky. So yeah, that is the first thing. Now the boss, well, same thing. The basic attack from the boss. That would be up to the devs. Either they make it so after one hit you cannot get stun lock again for 2 seconds by another hit from the basic attack from the Plague Ringer boss, or they make it 2 hits, 2 stun lock hits, and then the third one doesn't stun lock, so you can do something. Or they just make the frequency of attacks not as fast, so it gives you a chance to just not just die without being able to defend yourself. Again, as warriors, I have found ways to deal with it, but honestly, if a plague is too, if I would play the boss against myself, I would know how to deal with myself. Even though I know everything that I know some tips to basically I try to dodge and I try to get close to the boss. So if the dodge keeps getting far away from me, I can't do anything, but they mostly I bait them and it works. But yeah, I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to, you know, have a fighting chance in any case as a survivor. That's how the game works. Um, so yeah, that I think that was a bit longer video, but that's for the Plague Bringer, the stomach. That's the one thing that bothers me. Other than that, I honestly don't think Plague Bringer needs different nerfs. Maybe a nerf to the energy you get compared to the other demons. Either you slightly nerf a little bit the amount of energy you can get, really, really slightly, because I don't think it's too big of a gap compared to the other demons. But I don't think it's needed. It's hard to tell. It's just very helpful on Plague and not on the other demons, so that's quite, you know, that would be nice if they would choose. I can understand Plague can have more energy, but it's much more. So that's one thing. Now Warlord, where's the gas on the boss? The gas on the boss is bugged. It stays for some reason, and when it's not actually there, so there's some kind of a glitch, which is really annoying. Other than that, nerf to Warlords. I would say buff Warlord. Buff Warlord on the book a little bit more again. Maybe. I'm not sure, I don't play her that much, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think she got hardcore nerf on the book and now she can't really do much. Like, yeah. Warlord perfect. Maybe she needs some buffs though, but I wouldn't know which. Okay, now Puppeteer, the favorite one. Favorite one that needs to be. Oh yeah, actually yeah. Even for Warlord, the units, the IA, the units that are controlled by the IA, they attack way too much. Like I had games, more than one, like 10, 20, 30, I don't know, where I can get attacked so and stun locked as well, like 6 or 7 times in a row. And that would be enough to kill any player except a warrior, because warriors are more buffy a bit. So basically you get attacked 6 times in a row and you can do anything about it because the IA is nuts. And that works on Warlord, even more with the puke, that's just insane. I understand that if you make a nice play and you push a player to a trap, so he gets hit by the trap and by you when you control a zombie or by a random zombie, okay. But there should be a limit. I think they can do that. A limit of two random zombies attacking you at the same time. Not the whole fucking thing, you know. Not the whole like package. Like yeah, not the whole horde like attacking you at the same time. Because basically you can make one mistake and not dodge at that moment, and then you get hit 6 times. So that's a little bit too much. Oh yeah, as you can see, the Warlord might need some buffs from this game you're watching. So yeah, the IA should be on Puppeteer is just insane. By the way, the damage he does is really high. His speed, you can't actually really dodge that much depending on what you're playing. So yeah, on Puppeteer damage, if I buffed his damage with the last update, I think it's great. But I think they should not revert it, but take away half of the buff on the damage, because it's slightly too much and I don't think it matters. I might be wrong. Just slightly change it, so, or maybe make it so you get that damage later in the game, but not necessarily too early. Now the power possession. The power possession, you can basically use it and don't lose any energy. I don't know what to do about the power possession. That's kind of what is strong about Puppeteer, so I should probably just leave it the way it is. So do those two things, nerf his damage slightly and nerf the IA. I mean, yeah, nerf the IA, that's crazy. It's a good thing they changed it, because before IA was kind of useless, but limit the amount of IA who can attack a player at the same time, because there's that can be so nasty. Yeah, not fun too, dying basically in 2 seconds because you get hit 6 times in a row and stun locked as well. So you get hit and you can't dodge in between. There is that too. Yeah. It would be nice to reward the nice plays from the demons when he pushes someone into a trap instead of having IA doing the job for him, basically doing his job better than himself, often. So now Necromancer. Necromancer, there is a big change that he needs. When someone spawns, when the boss uses his ability, and a whole bunch of things start respawning again, you should be able to kill them right away. There is that bug where you have the creature in front of you and you have to wait for it to be able to die because they're in front of you, but they're not actually here yet or something. I don't know what they did, the developers, but so yeah, but that was but you can't kill them right away, and that helps so much. Basically, you have something blocking you that you cannot kill, and that you cannot stun lock, and it's just blocking the book sometimes. It's just that's messy. It's not good work from the developers. So that should be changed as well, and I think that's it. That doesn't really, well, that obviously helps the necromancers a lot. They like to, sometimes you can't even, like he spawns the boss, and the boss just respawn a whole bunch of things. And because those things are temporarily body blocking the whole book and the boss itself, you can't even get to the boss because there was basic units that just respawn in front of you and you can't kill them. You have to wait for them to be active. Maybe just make them active faster, then I don't care. Make them active immediately when they respawn. Simple as that. But don't make them AFK basic units that cannot be hit and that cannot hit as well. Same thing. They're like, I don't know, it's like a bunch of body block, like things on the way that doesn't let you pass. That's yeah, not good design. So yeah, I think that's around it. Maybe some of you were expecting me to say nerf the demons in other ways, but I think I summoned what's needed because it's not fun, unfair, and it's yeah. Uh, I don't really want more nerfs. That's really what's on my mind. Tell me if you have some ideas, things that I did forget to mention. Who knows, developers might look into that video. I think that would be great. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will do one about survivors too, because there are things that needs to be nerfed on the survivor side. I think a bit more. Yeah, see ya.